Hey, welcome to episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Only 6 days till Christmas when I'm filming this. I know it's only 3 days till Christmas when you're watching this. So I thought it was appropriate to have a Santa Claus themed beer from Penn Brewery, 𝓑𝓻𝓮𝓻𝓲𝓷 Bock Bier. Doesn't really say much about it on the label. I'll just say brewed and bottled by Pennsylvania Brewing. So is it Penn Brewery or Pennsylvania Brewing? I don't know. So let me bring up the brewer's website real quick. They actually do have a little bit of information on here. So like they have the Play-Doh, 25 IBUs, Pearl hops. Here's your malts. And I think I'm using the exact same glass that they use. So speaking of which, I poured it into the glass. And it's kind of a light brown coming out of the bottle, maybe a little reddish. And in the glass, on the camera, I know this looks black. It is not. It is kind of like a super deep blood red, or like a really deep chestnutty mahogany thing. About a thumb and a half width of foam. It does mostly fizzle, but not completely evaporate. Let's give this thing a smell. Nice, oddly nice chocolatey smell. Well, it does say they use chocolate malts. I mean, there's no actual chocolate. They just the name because it's kiln to the color of chocolate. So yeah, this is actually pretty rare. Like the Dunkels Bock, like Helles Bocks are more popular, or at least around here, I should say. But yeah, so I mean, you take a Dunkel and brew it to twice the strength. You got a Dunkels Bock. So chocolate, toast, maybe a little hazelnut. Not really getting much in the way of hops, which I would have to check the specs, but I believe that's normal. Like hops aren't huge on Dunkels Box, or Helles for that matter. But yeah, just to me, it smells like the real deal. It smells like a real German lager. Yeah, I would call it pretty bready. But yeah, it's like chocolatey, toasty, bready. Let's see what we're in for here. Cheers. Wow. That's actually pretty sweet. Let me top this off here. By the way, I forgot to mention it's 6.5 ABV. So, that's pretty standard strength for a Bock, which actually means ram in German, not goat. Has this lovely, just like and what I always love about a good German lager, if it's done right or if it's fresh, you're tasting like the actual grain. It's just like a mouthful of like just grain, kiln grain at the homebrew store, or the brewery or wherever. But also, like I said on the nose, pretty toasty, a little chocolatey. This is the first thing I noticed on the first sip is that it was like actually quite sweet. I mean, it's not like super sweet. It's not decadent or anything. I will say it does have like a almost kind of a soda kind of taste to it. But I mean, that authentic German malt base is still coming through. It's not super bready, and I will say, I think maybe it's just a water profile or something, but this does have when I'm drinking this, I can tell like this isn't 100% authentic. I mean, it's really close, I will say, but I could tell that it's an American German style and not an actual one shipped from Germany, probably because it's so fresh. Other thing I've been noticing too is that even though I didn't really smell hops, I'm definitely tasting them. A nice kind of, Pearl hops are, I believe it's like an American equivalent of like the noble hops, or just it's very similar to the noble hops, but it's not one of the actual noble hops. Yeah, so it's a lightly spicy or earthy kind of sensation. I might even say a tiny little bit minty, which kind of like a herbally. Yeah, but all these flavors are playing off each other really well. So like the toast, the chocolatey malt, just like the raw grain. It is not as rich and bready as like a lot of actually, I always find that the Helles Bocks are more bready. Oddly enough, you would think the darker ones would be more bready. This does not taste like, whole wheat bread or anything like that. Lovely malty finish. And it's not the same, like it's the taste of malt. It's not like because like up front it's Has like a little bit of sweetness, like a chocolate, almost like candy kind of flavor, which I always found is pretty typical in like a really good dunkel. And like kind of like riding underneath the entire time are those pearl hops, just like spicy, earthy kind of flavor, light bitterness. So it's 25 IBUs, so I mean that's like enough to notice, at least for me. Yeah, and so like the actual body and mouthfeel, I thought it'd be like a little bit bigger than this. Because this is 6.5, I'm just like sucking this down like it's like a 4%. Yeah, I probably put it about medium body, maybe moderately low CO2. It's not super effervescent because it does seem like a little thin to me. I think the, low CO2 might have something to do with that. I will say it's crisp. Nice, just clean, crisp texture. It is, I mean, you just tell by looking at it. Usually clear beers tend to be pretty crisp. Like you're not getting any residual, creamy or weedy character or anything like that on this beer or beers like it. So yeah, I really like this one. I mean, to me, it doesn't really taste like a Christmas beer. I mean, this could be a year-round. They should probably do this as like a spring seasonal. They said they do a double version, a Doppelbock that's like 9%. I wish I could try that. This is the only one I've seen from this brewery around here. So, my score for the Penn Brewery Nikolaus Bock Bier, really good, surprisingly good. I'm going to give this a solid 8 out of 10. I think it's very good. If I was judging to spec, I think like this is high 30s, low 40s. But I don't have the, guidelines memorized right off the top of my head. So, yeah, if you see this one, check it out. Actually, it was fairly cheap. Let me see. Got the receipt. $3.49. So $3.49 for one bottle. Pretty good deal, I think. It's like getting hard to find beer like under $5 a bottle or a can these days. So anyway, if you're watching all the way in, you're awesome. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next review. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.